President Cyril Ramaphosa's office says he'll reshuffle his cabinet in the coming days. His spokesperson, Vincent Magwenya, has conceded that there are a number of vacancies that need to be filled, including now that of Deputy President David Mabuza after his resignation. It's understood the president has also consulted with the ANC's alliance partners on this matter. Let's get your take around what else perhaps we should be thinking about given this moment. Cosatu General-Secretary Solly Phetoe, who joins us via our video link this morning. It's great to have you on the program. Thanks very much indeed for making time to speak to us. I wonder if you're privy to some of the discussions that took place between the president and some alliance partners, and whether you're comfortable with the outcomes.
Well, thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers. Look, we can't confirm that we're comfortable with the discussion or the outcome. Yes, we can confirm that the president did consult the alliance, in particular Cosatu. We did make some proposals, so we're hoping that the submission that were made as Cosatu on behalf of our members will be taken into consideration. We are keen also to listen, to hear, or to see what will be the announcement. And what the president has confirmed was that once he has consulted everybody, before he do the announcement, he will then convene all of us into one room to indicate to us what has been his final decision in terms of what we have submitted. So we hope to see the outcome of the announcement or the result today that confirm our submission, or that president have listened to us in relation to what we submitted to him.
Oh, you're saying you're hoping for that feedback today. Is there something you know that we don't?
No. That's what we heard, that he indicated that between Wednesday and Friday, between Thursday and Friday, he would be able to convene. What we're not sure whether it will be done today or tomorrow, but there are rumors that it may happen today or tomorrow. It has not yet confirmed with us. That's why I'm saying between Wednesday and Friday. That's what he indicated to us.
All right, fair enough. You started off by saying that you're not entirely comfortable with the nature of those discussions that took place. Take us through perhaps some of your areas of concern.
No. Look, let me withdraw what I'm not comfortable with the consultation. What I wanted to say is that we can't say we confirm whether what we've raised with the president would accept or would announce what we said, what we submitted, or what we proposed to him in terms of who do we think will be the best minister to lead this department or this department. So, by the discussion, I think it was fair, in particular from our side as Cosatu. We did have an open discussion with the president. We did raise a number of issues that we are not happy about, which we are not going to reveal those issues now in publicly, including reveal the proposal that we've made.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm sure you are aware of the issues that are part of public discourse that are being discussed in public, especially around the cabinet. One of them is around how many ministers we actually have in this country. The president, before he actually came into office during his first stint, so to speak, he came across as a person who took that seriously. But after the announcing of his first cabinet, many people still criticized him for just how many ministers we have, and how perhaps we should look for a more leaner, efficient cabinet so that the money that's spent on things like perks, for instance, of those ministers could be used for workers, as an example.
Yeah. No, that's one of the issues we raise. We indicate to the president that we will expect that the president will be decisive in terms of making sure that he appoint ministers who will have capacity, who will be able to listen to the views of the people of South Africa, who will be able to deal and implement the guidelines and the program that has been adopted, in particular by the cabinet, and it should be ministers who are not lazy, ministers who are not weak in terms of dealing with the issues, ministers who are not implicated in a number of things like corruption. But himself as the president, he has to be decisive in dealing with ministers who are corrupt and ministers who are not able to perform their duties. But also, we did raise the issue of regarding the number of ministers and deputy ministers. We hope that he would come with something that will be able to reduce the wage bill, because the wage bill is not about the public servant only. Also, the politicians are also increasing also impacting in relation to the wage bill of government.
Yeah, speaking about that, a lot of people obviously also taking exception to the kind of perks and benefits that ministers currently enjoy, especially in a current economic climate. Reports speaking of ministers and their deputies being able to receive free water and electricity up to 5,000 rand a month. The government also spending 2.6 million rand in total for generators on some ministerial homes. I think anybody would be understanding of South Africans who are completely frustrated by that, given the economic weight and the burden that they're feeling because of things out of their control. In your mind, do you reckon this is also an opportunity for the president to re-look at that so that at the very least he's not seen to be out of touch with the reality of ordinary South Africans?
Definitely. As I said, we did raise some of these issues with the president, but you will recall at a time when there was a discussion sometimes last year in relation to the ministerial handbook, where some of the ministers, in fact the ministers and the deputy ministers or members of parliament, who, when there was that thing about them not paying the rent and services where they stay in the government house, we as Cosatu went publicly and condemned that, and then the president had to withdraw that thing. I'm not sure. I don't think that the president will bring that matter back. I think that ministers and members, deputy ministers and members of the list, they have a responsibility to pay their own electricity and water or the rent and service where they stay, because it can't be free for all when the country is facing a serious challenge of, as you said, a serious challenge of economic challenges, but we're also facing the cost of living, in particular as workers and the poor people, the inequalities. I think the world does that. South Africa, we're number one in terms of inequalities in the world. And we think that this cabinet reshuffle must be able to take some of those things into consideration, must take into consideration the unemployment rate that we're facing, the triple challenges, unemployment, inequalities, and all these things that we're facing, poverty. We think that the reshuffling must be able to say, the president must be able, this is the cabinet that I think it must be able to take decisive action in terms of how to improve the challenges that we are facing as Cosatu as workers in South Africa for the benefit of the people of South Africa. The load shedding that we are facing today, it requires a decisive cabinet. It requires a minister that will be able to say within a 6 months or within a 12 months, I, as a minister, in terms of the instruction I got working through the regulation, I want to see regulation load shedding being reduced. Because for us as workers, these things is affecting workers, and because, as I said last time, that the unemployment rate is increasing because of the energy crisis that we're facing. The employers already were given Section 189 to our trade union movement, say we are unable to make profit, we are unable to perform due to the lack of energy, due to the energy, the load shedding that is taking place almost every day.
Without a doubt.
So we think that president will take those issues into consideration and say, this is the cabinet that I trust, and this is the cabinet that I think that will take the issues of our country forward.
Hopefully he'll do more than just take them into consideration, but will actually action some of those concerns. There's something completely misaligned with having 2.6 million rand being spent on generating capacity for ministerial homes, while thousands of South Africans are being asked to be patient as we deal with the load shedding crisis. Something must be off about that. But Solly Phetoe, thanks very much for giving us your take. As the cliche goes, time will tell to see whether any of those will come to bear. Solly Phetoe is Cosatu's General Secretary. Once again, thanks very much indeed.